Hello and welcome to this episode of the Work in Progress podcast. I am your host, Colleta Macharia, and I'm delighted that you could join me today. Now, I ran with an antelope. Not a real antelope, but someone who enjoys running so much, and he's done it for many years, and he was kind enough to take me under his wings to help me improve on my speed and on my time. So we ran 10 kilometers in 1 hour and 17 minutes. If I was doing this by myself, it would have taken me 1 hour and 26 minutes. That's how much I took the first time I ran 10 kilometers from start to finish. And of course, I'm calling it running, but when you look at those times, it's really just a jog. But since I am aspiring to run, and it's something I'm looking forward to doing and working towards, allow me to call it running for now. Now, in the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about the dangers of falling into the comparison trap. But then seeing as we learn from others and seeing that there are always people who are ahead of us and whom we probably aspire or we want to emulate, how then do we learn without falling into the comparison trap? This is my suggestion, that for us to leverage the power of working with others, we need to have 3 types of relationships. The first one is with people who are ahead of us. The second is with people who are at our level, and that's our peers. And then the third is people who are upcoming, are below us, and possibly looking up to us. And so in these relationships, when we work with somebody who has been where we want to be, or who is where we want to be, or probably does something in a way that we aspire to, then this is more likely a mentoring relationship, where somebody agrees to come alongside us and help us to work towards improving ourselves and working to reach our highest potential and to beat obstacles along our path. The second one is working with our peers, people with whom we are on more or less the same levels. We come alongside each other, learn together, hold each other accountable, challenge each other, and grow together. And then when we work with those people who are aspiring to be where we are at or where we are going, then we help them. It's like giving them a hand up so that we can help them to probably avoid mistakes that we have made along the way, while obviously encouraging them to not be afraid to make theirs so that they can learn. But also helping them with tips and perhaps giving them tools and helping them to grow so that they can achieve and reach their highest potential. And so it's my belief that we need to be very intentional about developing these kinds of relationships so that we can grow together, so that we can get challenged and move up and achieve our highest potential. And these relationships do not have to be confined to any one thing in life. They can be professional, they can be relational or social, they can also be spiritual. Being a work in progress, there will always be something that we can get better at than we are now. There will always be something to improve. And so we need to have these relationships in different aspects of our life so that we can keep growing, keep challenging ourselves, and keep coming up. And so when we work with our peers, it's a mutually benefiting relationship so that we are able to challenge each other, hold each other accountable, and offer each other support. When we work with a mentor, we have somebody to hold us accountable, somebody to help us to reach our highest potential and even see things in ourselves that we may not have seen, all right? Help us understand the kind of, path that they have trodden, the kind of mistakes that they have made, and the kind of things that have helped them in their success. Not so that we can copy them, but so that we can learn and, employ and deploy our strengths to reach to the highest place that we can reach. And when we work with mentees, we're able to give back, hold the torch, hold the light for them so that they can also learn and grow as we have. And when you think about it, being where you're at, probably somebody helped you to get there, whether it was directly, you had a relationship where you talked or you encouraged each other, or maybe it was things that you read, things that they've written or just watching them, observing them without necessarily having direct conversations with them. And so these are the kinds of relationships that I'm talking about to help us to come up higher. In the book of Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 17, we are told that as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And so let's leverage the power of working with other people so that we can get sharpened as we sharpen other people. Have a fantastic week. Keep shining, keep sharpening one another, and see you on the next episode. The Work in Progress podcast is brought to you by Cogent Afrique. Visit www.cogentafrique.com to check out learning and development opportunities for you, your team, organization, and family.